I've just done the thing that I told everyone not to do and put their drink on the coffee table.
You're such an
Great start.
asshole. Oh my god, why would you do that?
Hello.
Hello, how you going? This is, what's it called? I think it could be beef.
You came up with the name.
I was so long ago. We were supposed to do this as sort of something every week, and that just sort of never worked out.
If we're all being honest, it was just something that we could do when we couldn't be asked to get into Gish.
No, don't say that. They hadn't
If
figured
we're all
that out.
being honest.
That's so rude. No, it was extra content.
Uh-huh.
Well, yes. Anyway, so we're here today. We're in our living room at Novympia Heights, as most of our podcasts are. And we're having a glass of wine. We're joined by a very special lady. I've already given the name of this episode as Posh Totty, and we're all going to just run with that.
Great.
Any arguments there?
And that's fine.
I think it's spot on. Her name is Louise Bracken. Hello, Louise.
Hello.
How are you going?
I'm great, thanks.
Thank you for being here. You're so good.
Do you know what? You're so welcome.
Oh my god, I'm having so much fun already.
So for all of our listeners who are going, who's Louise Bracken? Like, is she a YouTuber that we've never heard of? Should we know? You don't know her.
I'm just
you don't know her.
normal.
She's normal.
She's a muggle.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she studies. Now, why don't you tell them what you study at university? Because I want to have a conversation with you about university.
I never went to uni.
In England.
So I am studying music at Manchester University.
I so forgot that you're studying music.
Yeah.
How did I forget that?
Well,
I would ask you to do some opera for us, but...
do you know what, actually, you always ask me whether you can hear me sing, and there's a YouTube now of one of the operas I did.
But do you
I
not
really
remember
wanted
last time
to.
we had drinks and you actually sang for me? Do you
No.
remember that? Oh, you did.
Oh, in Manchester?
Yes.
Yeah, I do
Okay.
remember.
Don't do it now because it's
No,
very, very
I'm not
loud,
gonna do it,
and
no.
also you are terrible.
No.
I'm just joking. So you do opera, but you do the violin as well.
Yeah.
Are you good at that?
Yeah, like I would say, well, I'm definitely better at singing, but I prefer violin. And violin's harder than singing, I would say.
So
I would say violin's
Although having
got to be
said,
harder, hasn't
well,
it?
it's harder, but I think singing, because, you know, you, like, as you well know, I can't, like, drink before a performance, or, like, can't
you have a
shout.
natural
Sure.
instrument
Yeah.
in your voice.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you've got it and you've always had it there, maybe it's easier. You find it easier.
Yeah, it's definitely easier when you're on form, but it's more difficult to be on form all the time.
Well, especially if you have like a cold.
Yeah, well, exactly.
You were saying you were very nasal earlier on. You sound like...
Yeah, I'm sure if I, like, got off and sang now, I'd be shit.
Oh dear. Well, we won't ask you to do that.
No,
So basically, I know Louise from she had a summer placement with me a few years ago. You know, in my professional day career.
it wasn't in the summer. It was in the winter, but okay.
No,
Oops.
well, I remember it
You
mainly
just
from
brought
being
such sunshine to the job. It felt
I
like
did
summer.
come back in the summer.
Yeah, well, that's what I remember you
Yeah.
from. Because at the beginning, I didn't like you at all. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Took us
Yes.
a while to become friends.
So why is that?
I don't
No,
know. I think
that's not true.
We bonded over that, you know.
Ah, right. So basically, I'm just going to quickly say for everyone listening that we've come up with a safe word for this because there's a lot of things, a lot of people who might get offended. So if anything starts to go off onto a tangent which is making someone uncomfortable, someone's going to shout, Sabrina! So you're going to have to just clarify what you were talking about because I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so do you
Oh,
remember the incident?
I remember.
Yeah,
the creepy guy.
Yes.
The creepy guy.
Yeah.
Yes. There was a creepy guy creeping on Louise and I sort of helped her out.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That's
here we
what
are
I managed.
now. We're
Yeah.
here. And before we started the podcast, we were talking about Caitlyn Jenner. So I think it's a great place to start.
Well, we were about to talk about Caitlyn Jenner. And what was your question?
I just basically said, what do you think about her look?
Okay, define
Yeah,
look.
but what do you
do
mean
look?
by
As in,
that?
like, what do you think of her styling, like, her hair? Like, I don't know, just do you think it works for her? What do you think of her
I
plastic
think-
surgery?
Who
Like,
styles her?
I don't know.
Not
When
one of-
she's been done up and when she has been styled by someone else, I think she looks stunning. Like, I think she looks
Yeah.
beautiful.
She does look
like
good.
the best she could ever hope to look. But it's so not her. She's got no idea about like proper
But why does it
feminine
have to
lady
be?
clothes. She don't, that's what I'm saying. So I really disagree when they
Oh, it's
try to
not
make
her
her out like
style.
some kind of like Hollywood glamour.
Oh, I
Because that's
see.
not her at all.
She doesn't style herself.
No, she's a tomboy. She's really masculine. Like, and that doesn't mean that she's like a man. She's
Any
a
less of a woman?
not at all.
I don't know,
Not
but
at
she
all.
says-
I feel like she'd be much happier just in sports gear. I really do think that.
But she says
No,
in all the like, I am
no.
Kate, she's like, I love nail,
Because
the nail polish.
that was what she was doing, for a while.
Yeah,
as
she was
as
dressing
Bruce,
up.
the nails.
No, I know, but I can't see her wearing like all the designer gowns
Not
all the
all
time.
the time.
I think she'd be quite happy just looking like quite pedestrian.
I can remember when the I Am... No, what was it? What was the
I don't
magazine
see
she
her
was
dressing
on?
up as much as the
Oh,
Kardashians do.
Call Me
Vanity
Caitlyn.
Fair.
Call Me Caitlyn, that magazine cover. I can remember when you showed me that and you said, look at this. And I thought for a good 5 seconds it was Jessica Lange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of when you say plastic surgery, all that stuff, I thought they did a great job.
Yeah.
Great job.
Because let's be honest, they did not have the best of canvases to work
Yeah,
with.
I agree.
mean, that is a weird
There was a
face.
lot of surgery there anyway.
Well, I was going to
Yeah.
say that you don't know what's
Herbert.
happening these days.
We're gonna...
But just think, like, in 10 years' time,
Don't
like, what's it
go
going to look
there.
like?
Well, how old is she?
Old.
60? No, I don't think she's that old. I think she's like
Old.
65, maybe?
That's old.
Yeah, that's getting on a bit.
Well-
So when you say where's she going to be in 10 years? Well, I don't know.
Are you joking?
Betty White?
She's got, like, the best healthcare and she's going to pay for the top.
So did
Yeah, but
Joan
also
Collins.
she's probably in a great... Oh, don't... Do you mean Joan Rivers?
Joan Rivers.
Joan Collins is not dead. Let's talk
I mean,
about...
she'll be next.
What a thing to... You are so
Wait,
mean.
because
I mean,
Jackie
it's
Collins
just-
died earlier, didn't she?
Earlier
Did
today.
she?
No.
Jackie Collins,
Earlier this year.
she is dead.
Yeah.
When did she die?
She used to
Earlier
write
this year.
novels about
Or last
sex, lust, murder.
That was
intrigue,
really recent,
sex,
wasn't it? That was
murder.
really recent.
I feel like it must... It can't...
No, it was like 5 years
Yeah, I was
ago.
going to say...
was it?
No,
Yeah, at
I
least.
don't... I think it was 2015 because...
No, it wasn't. I will bet money. Jackie Collins, that was so long ago.
Really?
I'm
Shit.
sure it wasn't that long ago.
I really don't think it was...
I'm not
but
very
it-
familiar with it, but the novels, like I remember it being in the
2014,
news.
maybe 2014.
I think it was 2015 because I think it was 2015. I'm going
I
to bet
think
money
you're
with
a
you.
drunk whore. Do you want to look it up?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have my phone.
Oh, I don't have it either.
Okay.
Do I have my phone on me? Maybe. Who knows? Well, anyway, Jackie Collins.
But
is
yeah,
dead.
so
Someone
the
can
point
like, look it up and
is,
tell her.
the answer to the question was, I like her style. Either way, when she's been done up for a magazine shoot or when she dresses herself, I just like it. I think she looks fine. Not even fine. I think she, looks good.
great,
I
but
think
that
she
is
looks
not.
good.
That's
Yeah.
not the point of Caitlyn Jenner. The
she's
point
a
is she's
royal dickhead.
she's an absolute arsehole.
Yeah, she is. Well, she is.
she
But
is.
I personally, like, I'm not sure actually how good I think she looks.
Hasn't she got a collection
Oh,
out with
what?
some cosmetics company at the moment? Is
Oh,
it MAC?
Don't be duck. Well,
No.
no, not a collection. She's just like a Viva Glam person.
No. She has products out.
I
She's
mean,
done.
why?
Really?
I don't know. I feel like it's MAC. It might not be MAC. It might be like Urban Decay or something like that. But she's got like
Who's stupid
like a
enough to buy
palette
that?
or
Who's
something.
going to buy that?
Well,
And it's like all the names and stuff. And I just remember seeing a picture of it on Instagram. And I remember that it was not a good angle for her. She was kind of like, her head was up and she was like looking down. It's like, that's not feminine.
Yeah.
You know, she'd rhinestoned her Adam's apple. That's a shame. That's such a shame. She would have voted for Trump.
She
you
did
think?
vote for Trump.
Of course she would have done. Oh, did you ever watch I Am Kate?
no, well, no, not really, no.
So-
She was a Republican, like through and through.
Do you know, that's so weird because obviously
She was
like,
fully
transgender.
in belief of the fact that Hillary was corrupt and should be in prison, and she fully thought that Trump would save the
know.
country.
I know.
And that whilst she was
Why?
saying,
Why? But-
okay, so she was saying that everyone's points about the LGBT issues are valid and absolutely correct because she feels so strongly about it. But her argument was that the economy
It was her-
and the
she was about
well-being
the
of the
economy.
country and the economy at this moment in time was more important.
And she thought that
And
Donald
without-
Trump was
It was better
better.
suited
without the
to be
country
controlled
being
by
in a
Donald Trump.
financial stability, LGBT issues don't even matter. Like, they're
LGBT.
irrelevant.
What does the P stand for? PPAP. Ding, ding.
But that's what she was saying. Everyone was like, "You're an arsehole."
You're an asshole.
Yeah.
Because in her head, that would have come across like, oh, I'm doing it for the good of the country.
That would
like,
be an
no.
argument. That argument would be valid if, by voting for Trump, LGBT issues and laws would stay as they are.
Yeah.
Because if you're slowing progression,
There you
That's
go.
that's
so
fine.
true.
You got it.
That's so true.
But everything's
reverse it.
it's going backwards.
Yeah,
it's going to have
that's-
such a
And
negative effect.
and
that is why-
what does
that's what she
Trump
didn't
want
understand.
to do to the LGBT?
Every
laws?
single
I mean,
person
strip
that he's
every-
appointed to his cabinet is anti-LGBT.
To the point of
Every
being
single
like, I
person.
believe in
Gay conversion therapy.
conversion therapy.
Yeah.
You know, oh god.
There was one
All the-
person
my
who said that they
God.
didn't want to give money to like for AIDS medication because it's a lifestyle choice, and instead it should be going to to therapy and stuff, so people don't make that decision in the first place. Yeah,
So there's that.
That's horrific.
Yes.
I can't quote or source that, but you guys have heard that. That was someone on his team.
And also Melania Trump.
Oh my, this woman is just the
I mean, woman is a strong word.
She is the funniest thing to come out of this whole election
The whole thing.
process.
She's a superstar in her own
She
right.
doesn't move her face when she speaks.
Yeah,
She moves
it's
her eyes.
frozen.
She's like,
The thing is, I think she
I
looks
did
really
not
good.
expect to be here.
Like, she photographs really well because I was looking
my
at photos of her.
husband.
I was looking at photos of her from like
Who's
30
her
years
husband?
ago, and she looks the same. It's like they've just frozen her
Yeah.
face. So not only does she not age, she also can't move.
Do you know, if I was in the United States of America, which I will be in about a week's time. No, I'm just joking. I would go straight to the White House. They'd let me in, obviously.
Yeah.
And I would project an image of her titties on the side of the White House. Such large, pendulous
That
titties.
would be
Wouldn't that be
hilarious.
great? Wouldn't that be great? I'd be
That's
shot
why I saw
dead.
that.
I'd be shot dead. Great tits,
Be
though.
shot. If
Well,
that happened.
Possibly.
Did you hear about the Queen getting shot at the other day?
Oh
Yes!
my god.
Oh my God, how funny was that?
I would shoot the Queen, wouldn't you?
Have you been watching The Crown?
Do you mean on Netflix?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, it was so boring. I
Well,
turned it off.
I watched the first episode because I was really expecting to like it, and I quite like Matt Smith, and I just thought it'd be really
Yeah.
good, and I did not
I
get
feel like,
into
where are
it.
you going with this?
So we watched it like as a family. It was like our thing this
Oh,
Christmas.
that's so nice.
Well, and
Oh.
no, my mum like cried every episode because she was like,
She cried.
yeah, I don't know. She just basically actually. this
Why
is
was
quite
she
a funny story.
crying?
We
Because
had-
I'm not the Queen.
What happened is that she literally got so emotional every episode. And on Christmas Day, we watched an episode, and then we were all about to go and like help do the food. And she was like, "Oh, before we do the food, like we just need to get a photo of all of us with a cocktail." And I was like, "Oh, Mum, do we have to have a cocktail? Can't we just have like a glass of wine and like forget the fucking cocktail? Like it's fine." And she literally cried. Like she cried.
What
And-
the fuck?
Yeah. And I was like, "Mum, that's such an overreaction. Like I didn't deserve you to just cry because it was around like the whole family."
Did you get really arsy with her?
Yeah, I did. And then she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I actually think I was upset about Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip was being so mean to her." Literally. And she just
Which
cried.
would have happened
And it came through as a
Like-
reaction to your.
Yeah. And then she was like, "That's what it
50
was."
years ago. That
No,
happened.
honestly, she like properly.
Does she love the Queen?
I think
My
it's-
family loved the Queen.
I don't trust anyone who loves the Queen.
I
Yeah.
think she really respects the Queen and also reminds her of like her parents but I think
Yeah,
she
yeah.
gets really, really like emotional about the Diana thing as well.
Do you know I love
That was
Diana?
sad.
It was awful.
That
I
was
said Diana.
really
It
sad.
was
Have you
awful.
seen that Diana movie with Naomi Watts? Well, it's dreadful.
It's so funny you said that because I watched the first 5 minutes last night.
It's dreadful.
And I
oh,
turned it
she's
off.
great at it though. I think she's very convincing.
Do you think?
Oh, you thought she was shit?
I didn't think she was shit. I just didn't think she looked enough
She looked
like her.
nothing like
Yeah.
her.
Don't
I didn't watch it. I
ridiculous.
saw the picture.
You
I was like,
guys
that's going to be
are
shit. And I was like, I'm not
ridiculous.
watching that. And you watched it in your own time.
Her portrayal of Diana, I think, was exquisite.
Do you think?
I
Katia
think
did better.
I might
she
watch
did.
it then.
No, it's a bad movie because it's very. Why is it bad? It's melodramatic. It kind of paints her in a weird light, and it's.
What do you mean in a weird light?
I can't. It's been a while since I've watched it now. But what was wrong with it? She had a sort of way about her, which I don't think was very authentic. It was just sort of a big drama movie about it's all about
trying to
Did they
create
make her out
melodrama
to
to
be?
make it more interesting
Yes,
than it was.
basically. I don't think it was very realistic. I can't remember now. There were issues with it. Also, Naveen Andrews is in it, and I can't stand him.
Is it? I really
didn't
like
know.
it.
He played. Also, I didn't know this. Now, did you got now? Okay, this is the thing. So,
Everyone
Princess Diana of Wales, was she of Wales?
Yeah.
She was of Wales. So obviously she got rid of Charles.
ready. No.
Yes.
Well.
No. Sorry. Okay, maybe he got rid of her. The point was Charles is out of the picture.
Yeah.
So who was then her love interest? What was his name? Do you guys know?
No.
Dodie.
Right. This
Oh,
is the
that
thing.
rings a bell.
Yeah, because he
It
was the one
wasn't
that got killed.
Dodie.
What?
Basically,
It was the ginger
it
guy.
was no. Oh no! Don't be ridiculous.
Because there's a ginger guy who everyone thinks.
Is the father of
Yeah, Harry. Yeah.
Oh, I've
No,
heard about that
his
as
name
well.
is-
I love the royal conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Oh,
Charles
there's so
Ingram,
many.
but Charles Ingram was the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire cheat who coughed his way through and won. But that's not.
Oh my god, have you seen that documentary? It's
We'll talk about that in a hot minute.
Yeah.
But basically, my point is, I thought that Charles was stupping Camilla. Why the fuck you pick Camilla over Diana? I do not know, because Camilla is a horse.
But
She is an actual
She's a horse with a capital F.
Get back
Do you
on
know
that
what?
horse.
Say what you want about
Horse.
Camilla, but apparently
Say what you will about Camilla, Louise.
every person that meets the royal family, like at the garden parties or like, you know, if they go and do public whatever, everyone says she is the nicest royal.
I
Oh,
don't
because she's
care.
always drunk.
As far as I'm concerned, she killed Diana.
And do you know what? My
Charles.
mum is exactly the same. She literally
She has blood on
cannot-
her hands.
And do you want to
She
know why
cannot
she
give-
killed her? Because there were 3 in that marriage. There were 3 of us in that marriage.
So it's a bit crowded.
It was a
You
bit
are
crowded.
A bit
disgusting.
crowded.
No, I don't.
Actually, we shouldn't joke about that.
I'm
It's
the
really
queen
sad.
of this country.
Basically, my take on it is that Charles married Diana when she was 19, and he
Oh,
was
that's gross.
30 something.
But the point of what I was saying was she was with this heart surgeon who was called Hasnat Khan.
Oh, and that's what the film's about.
That's what the film's
And
about.
is he played
When
by Naveen Andrews?
Yes.
Okay.
And he ultimately didn't see a future with Diana because he didn't want to be in the spotlight, and obviously she can't get away from the spotlight because she was like the most famous woman in the world. So she stooped Dodie to make him jealous.
Oh.
So Dodie wasn't anyone really.
And
I
is that
He
historically
was just
true?
a bit of a...
Yes, I think that's accurate.
Oh,
I think.
that's interesting.
Because you always, in my head, she was with Dodie, but Dodie was no one. He
It
just
was
happened
just
to
at
be
the
there,
time.
you know,
Wrong
Yeah.
place, wrong time.
when they flipped the indicator in the car and it went the wrong way.
I mean, that's a strong... That's a strong...
Maybe she was in an
Well-
Uber and he wasn't well trained.
say that.
You can't say that, Louise.
What was the actual, the outcome of the investigations? Is it?
I can't remember what they said.
Well, what's her favourite
They
ice
said that
cream
there was
flavour?
no foul play.
What's her favourite kind of ice cream?
Oh my god! What are you gonna say?
Cardor.
Oh my god!
What
River,
the fuck?
Olympia. Sorry.
That's a great one. So, thank you for listening to our podcast. It's all over with. No one is ever going to speak to me ever again because I made a very tasteful joke about Diana.
Why,
No, but
why
but
don't you
I
like Naveen Andrews? You said it all the time. Also,
I
he's
think-
randomly in a lot of things that we watch.
I literally don't know who this is.
Did you ever watch Lost?
No.
Have
Okay.
you ever seen The Brave One?
No.
Okay, so
Okay.
if you just think this is going to be really,
Did you
really
watch-
awful, but you think of famous Arab-looking actors.
Oh right.
Did
He's
you
the
ever
one
watch
with the long
Sense8?
curly hair.
Sense8?
No.
Have you ever watched that movie Diana? Oh, you'd recognise him in a hot second. You'd recognise
He
him.
was
Okay.
also Jafar in Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, but you never watched that.
No one watched that. Basically, anyway, he was in Lost, but I didn't like his character in Lost, and I felt that's why I didn't like him.
I liked his character before he became evil. Spoiler alert.
in Lost.
Yeah.
Was he evil in Lost?
Yeah, towards the end. Didn't he get
All I
like
can
all
think
possessed?
of is Michael
What?
Bublé's song "Lost." You know.
I feel like didn't he like go missing / died and then came back and he wasn't really
Listen,
him. He
if you're
was,
going to
like,
ask me about what
possessed.
happened in Lost, I don't know. There was
And
a plane.
I feel like he was evil
Lost.
at the end. I feel like he was evil.
I don't know anything.
He had an evil end. I don't know. Anyway,
What?
Naveen Andrews, no one likes him.
Was that the summary of all of that?
Diana. No, what was I saying about Diana? No, my point was that we didn't know. People of our age perhaps didn't know that
Yes.
Diana was really with that other guy. Because how old are you, please, Louise?
21.
And you're 23.
24.
Right, and I'm 2017. And so, what do you
2017.
guys remember of Diana's death specifically? Because obviously it was all over the place all the time.
I remember where I was. Well, I don't remember, but my whole family and
So do you or don't
Right,
you?
and my nan and grandpa, we were at Alice in Wonderland. Do you remember that theme park?
Now it's just Wonderland, isn't
And
it?
that was a book, Louise. It wasn't a theme park.
No, that's still,
No,
that's still
you-
around, but I think it's just called
Oh,
Wonderland
okay.
now.
Well, we were at Alice in Wonderland.
Do you mean that one? in
Adventure
Bournemouth?
Wonderland, that's what it's called now. To try and
Okay.
like appeal to the boys.
Yeah. So we were there, and my dad was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go." Did he say I'm gonna go get the paper, or he went? He needed to go for a wee or something, and he went, and he ended up being by a TV because this was back in the day we didn't have like apps or whatever.
Sure.
And and he came.
But
back.
it was announced like in the early hours of the morning.
Yeah,
No
so
one would have had like a 3310.
I remember I was a live. It was a live TV on the
nighttime.
news.
It was nighttime.
And
so your memory is fucked.
I remember.
Oh.
I don't know where anyone else was in the house. I think maybe Dad had already left to go to work or whatever. It was like it must have been about 6 or 7 in the morning, and Mum was sitting in the living room watching it on TV live, and I just remember there being like it was the scene of like the crash and the police
Yeah.
cars everywhere, and I was like, "What's happened?" And she was like almost like crying. She was like, "Princess
Your
Diana's
mother
died."
loves
my mum was
Diana.
sobbing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was like really
everyone
emotional,
was.
and I only kind of vaguely understood at the time, but I remember being sad. I was like, "Oh
I
my
don't think
god!"
it broke until the morning.
It
I
was
wasn't
really
sad.
early in the morning.
Yeah.
really early in
but
the
like,
morning.
I think we were there at like 8.
I would have been doing
That would have
my-
been about the right
Yeah.
kind of
my
time.
Yeah.
Spice Girls scrapbook at the time. I had several. My mother wouldn't have cried. She got a heart of stone. But I can remember it being everywhere, and I can remember we were doing sort of a cutting and pasting activity in school. So I would have been, I mean, I don't even think that we had years back then. When you're so little, do they do it by years? Or is it? Because in my school, every class was named after a bird. I was in the Wrens and the Swifts. Anyway, and there was a thing where it was like bring in magazines and cut them up. And I remember a teacher saying, can we not bring in anything and cut up pictures of Diana? Because it's distasteful. Well, I didn't understand what that meant at the time. But that's all I can really remember about Diana.
Oh,
great one.
So it was, I just remember, you know what I do remember is I was watching on TV, it was Animals Do the Funniest Things. And the Queen Mother died. And they cut the broadcast, and I was so fucking annoyed because I couldn't finish watching Animals Do the Funniest Things.
Interestingly, the Queen Mother, so obviously the whole royal family hated
Wasn't
Diana.
she a royal cunt?
Yeah, so
Was that
she apparently, when Diana...
A royal cunt. Get it? Royalty. Never mind. Keep going. Continue, please. Please continue.
When Diana
You are
died,
disgraceful.
apparently she was like so pissed off because Diana took her planned funeral.
She did.
So then when the Queen Mother
Really?
died, the funeral
Yes.
wasn't as good because they hadn't had as much planning.
Yes.
I'd be pissed off as well.
They had
you
a
know-
code name for it, and I remember in the movie The Queen with Helen Mirren, Dame Helen
How
Mirren.
did that even happen? Why
Yes.
did that happen?
Because it was so sudden they wouldn't have expected
No,
to
yeah,
plan
yeah,
a
they didn't
funeral
know.
for somebody who was in their 20s.
Of course, so
Yeah.
it made financial sense as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
to see.
yeah.
Oh
But
gosh.
you know they plan they re-evaluate the Queen's funeral every year, like
that
the
makes
BBC.
sense.
Well, I
Like
would...
they're filming, they like appoint you
I would have
directors.
thought
I was
so,
every year.
surprised she made it to 2017.
You know, when she
I thought
dies...
she was going to die. You know, it's still rumored at this moment that she's already dead.
The Queen's going to die this year.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really
because
sad.
she's in
Like, I
hospital
love
right
her.
at the moment.
Yeah.
There are
Yes.
conspiracy theories right now that she is already dead, that she died at the end
But
of
I
last
think the
year,
biggest-
because no one's seen her.
The biggest question is, do you guys think Sandra Bland was dead in that picture?
Oh no, let's not talk about
Wait,
that.
what? Who's
Oh,
that?
Sandra
Hang on,
Bland.
let's just finish talking about the Queen.
Who's that?
Oh, we'll get onto that in a moment, Louise.
Let's just talk about. Let's
Don't make
finish talking
jokes
the
about
Queen.
it, please.
Because I saw that she apparently was reported, I think today or yesterday, that both today and
Both
yesterday,
today and yesterday.
that she finally made like her first like event appearance, and despite being ill, like she's back to like her calendar of events, but. All the articles that are reporting this are using old photos of her from like fucking years ago, and the event apparently was private, so there was no media allowed there. So could actually be bullshit.
No, she's not dead, but like I
She
think
was
she's-
really ill over Christmas and had to
She
cancel.
hasn't
a bunch
uploaded
of
to
I really
YouTube.
hope she doesn't die.
She hasn't
She's
uploaded to
really-
YouTube in weeks. Hello, guys. Sorry I haven't uploaded in a while.
You know, one thing that The Crown does bring out, though, is how much of a sacrifice she's made on so many levels.
I do
And
think she's
also,
great.
Prince Philip, as well, has made so many sacrifices.
No, he's an asshole, but she's good.
I think, like, he is, but I think at the time, like, for him to not have
fucking Cry Me
any
a River.
power... Well, okay.
Crown me over all that money and all that, all about it.
I do think she's good, though.
I think, considering the fact that I know she doesn't do a lot, but there are most people her
She
age do
does,
nothing.
I think she does
every day.
quite a
No,
lot.
what I'm saying is most people her age do nothing. So by comparison, I think she's still
She's
works.
She's 90, isn't
Exactly.
she?
She's worked
I
literally
think
every
that's
day of her life.
I think that's incredible. I honestly think that's
Yeah.
incredible because she does so much. Considering her age, that is a lot of work.
And also, she
That is a lot of
overtook
work.
Queen Victoria a year before, as the
No, well
longest
before.
reigning monarch.
Yeah.
No matter how you feel about the royals, you cannot argue that she has well and truly like done her part. Like
Yeah,
I
she
think
has.
She's
really worked
good.
hard.
And she's also brought a lot of stability to a country which needed it at the time,
Yes.
post-war, like,
You know.
through so many...
Also,
different
Harry's
things.
done his part as the country's sexiest redhead.
Oh my god, he's so fit. He's so...
Wait, what?
Fit.
Oh my god, she's not even joking now. She's being serious.
I'm actually not joking.
Oh god.
Wait, Harry is the redhead.
As in Prince Harry.
What is wrong
He's
with
I
so
think he's
squinty
so
eyed.
fit.
Okay, but
red
this
face.
is Posh Totty coming
No,
in.
but the thing is that you say that, but normally the guys that I go for, like, aren't posh at all.
Sabrina.
So, but Prince
what
Harry,
about
100%
what
would
about
shag.
the other one? 100% would shag. Let's play this game. 100% would shag.
Shoot, shag, marry!
Prince, shoot, shag, marry. See, that's just so posh. It's
What?
fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, well, it's either one.
Shoot,
Shag.
shag, marry.
Yeah.
It's fuck, marry, kill.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Well, it's either one.
Let's make up a new one now. Bang.
Great.
No, what is it called? What is it called?
Time's up.
Bang nuptials. What? Bang, nuptials, punch in the face. No, it's just
I
so
think
shit.
you need to go to bed.
It's just so shit. All right. Anyway, William, is he the other one?
Yeah.
He's gross.
He's gross. He looks
gross.
so much like his
Let's
father.
take a little moment to discuss Kate Middleton. She's prego.
I feel like
No,
she's
not
always
pregnant.
in a permanent state of pregnancy.
Like that woman in Family Guy.
Like Alyssa Milano.
Like Bonnie from
I
Family
used
Guy.
to really like Kate Middleton, and now I kind of just find her a bit dull.
What is there to like? I don't understand. I just don't understand the whole point of, like, why is everyone so obsessed with her? Yes, she is
Hot
technically...
shit.
She is beautiful.
She's technically hot. And
She's this
she's
generation's Diana.
But
Whoa,
she's not, though.
no,
I don't think she
bollocks.
is.
No, she's
Bollocks.
not.
Have you
She's
ever
not.
even heard her speak?
Yes.
She just gets styled.
But
She
I
looks
don't even
nice,
think
and
it's a
because she's a
style-
normal
style like
person,
I heard
people
her
like
speak
her.
when she was on the balcony with William during the wedding, and she sort of leaned in and she said, "I'm going to suck your dick."
I didn't even like her wedding dress.
No, I didn't like it either.
I thought it was.
I don't
I thought
even
it was
Who
remember.
designed it?
appropriate.
Vera Wang.
Was it
No,
Westwood?
no, Alexandra McQueen. Sarah
Oh,
Burton and Alexandra
McQueen, yeah.
Tim Burton.
Sarah Burton.
I'd love Tim
I
Burton
remember
to do a
that.
line of wedding dresses. That'd be great.
I thought it was very appropriate for the day, but like I wouldn't want it. At
Didn't
my
she
wedding.
have like she had a veil with like a little hat?
Yes. I don't have
No,
anything
I don't think
against
she had a
her.
hat, did she? It was just a veil.
She had a fucking huge hat.
No, she
That was the
didn't.
Queen.
Oh.
Remember when the Queen wore that green screen outfit and the internet had a
Oh,
field day with it?
that
She
was
wore
so
it was
funny.
head to
Became a
toe
meme.
lime green, and people
Everyone
just
kept, like,
swapped it out.
replacing it with different
Pizza,
photos.
cats. So it was great. Yes. So where were we before the royal family? I don't even remember. How do we get onto this? Princess Diana.
Prince Harry.
Do you guys okay? But like not in a funny way. But do you? Because 9/11 was more.
Whoa!
No, just
Whoa!
wait. Just wait. Just hear me out, you
Whoa.
son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
We were a lot
slow
older.
down.
That's an extra 4 years worth of being aware of where you are at the time. So do you guys not remember where you were at the
I
time?
remember exactly where I was.
On the toilet.
No.
I actually don't remember. I think I was at school.
That's 'cause
I
you're a heartless
was-
bitch.
I think I was at school.
I don't know if I just finished school or I'd taken the day off for some reason. I don't know. I certainly wasn't ill, so would have been skiving if I had. But my dad owned a salon in Poole on...
Just her.
Is it Ashley Road? And it was called...
Are you asking the viewers?
It was called Constantia Hair Design. And I would quite often spend the day at work with him. And he had like a little corner of the salon for like kids. And there was a little TV, a PS1, and like some games. And I remember that
That's an upmarket salon with a PS1.
I remember that I was playing the PS1, and he must have also had a second TV that was played television, because I remember it coming on the news on the TV, and everyone in the salon at the time thought it was a hoax.
Yeah.
Because you saw the images, and we didn't even really pay that much attention to it. We
Or
were just
you think it's like a,
what's
you
going
know...
on? We were all just so confused.
Yeah.
We
You
didn't
think of
understand.
all the ridiculous scenario. What were the news channels even saying to begin with? That it was some sort of explosion, but like within the building. You come up with all these scenarios. You never want to say terrorism
plane
to
had
begin
crashed.
with.
But I
No,
get
they just thought
that-
their plane
yeah.
had crashed.
Oh,
But to be
yeah.
fair, I think
Hotels.
at the time, because there hadn't really been any major terrorist attacks in the
That
US.
was no.
'Cause that was the first one.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
you wouldn't think, you just think,
Of that
oh shit,
scale.
like
Of that
something's
scale.
happened.
Well,
yeah.
nothing. What else has been of that scale? I suppose it's just ridiculous.
Well,
I was
mean,
on a school trip at the time.
7/7 bombings, I suppose.
That's not even close. What are you talking about?
But what? Okay, the next thing to that.
You can compare it in terms of like we had never
In
had
comparison-
anything
in
like that
comparison to the
before.
UK.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's the same
Like
thing.
the UK
We are
hadn't
tiny.
had anything.
Yeah, and we'd never had.
I
anything
was
like
on a
that before.
school trip at the time, and I didn't find out for a week because we weren't allowed. It was like a week-long stay in Swanage. We went to Swanage. We visited old Harry Rocks. We'll get to that
They
in a
didn't
minute.
tell
Oh
you.
my!
No, they didn't tell
Swanage
us.
is
They thought
actually
it was...
a really interesting place to talk about.
You are a loser.
Okay.
They didn't want to tell us. I thought we'd be really upset by it, so I didn't find out till I got home.
That
So for a whole week,
is
I had
not
no idea.
okay.
But then I was... Yeah, but at the time, I didn't even appreciate how big a deal that
Yeah.
was. I was only 10. You don't...
I was going to say, if you were 10, I was
I must have
No,
been
you
really
can't.
little.
What
I was
year
in
was it
year
then?
Yeah, it was
3.
2001, so I was
2001.
10.
I
Yeah,
was in year
I was
3.
6. Like, I didn't really acknowledge it. I was in year 2. Like,
You can't process something that big. I don't
No.
know if I can process it now. It's such a bizarre thing to think
Yeah,
about.
no.
But let's talk about Swanage.
There's a whole
Swanage.
load of like interesting things in Swanage that we should go and see. You could
People
research
say
and
this all
find.
the time, and I don't buy
Okay,
that.
No, but there's
No,
like this
it's
like
you.
abandoned. Is it like a mine or something? Like this abandoned
Yeah.
place that used to be open for
Where's-
public.
okay,
Okay,
events,
hear
but
me
it's
out. In terms of like landmarks, like pubs, like very beautiful, very like old go.
It'd be a great place for a scavenger
Interesting.
hunt.
But
Oh,
in
how
terms of like
boring.
living there, like I don't want to offend anyone from Swanage. I don't know, you know,
Louise thinks you're all
Double stuff.
cunts.
but there's a lot of issues in Swanage because
How
it's very
so?
like
Syringes.
closed.
Really?
Yeah, and I think quite a lot of like
never
it's
heard
almost
that
kind of
before.
like really bad, and I think it's
Oh.
almost like kind of like the I don't actually.
You heard it here first, Louise Bracken. Find her on Facebook, and everyone from Swanage could just berate her
No,
on
do
the
you know what, I
internet.
don't know, and actually every time I've been to Swanage, it's been lovely, but.
Well, you can't backtrack now. Actually, oh no! Every time I've been there, it's been
But
lovely.
it's like you know.
I've
there's
stood
like,
on syringes.
It's like rumours about like the Isle of Wight, like that everyone's like inbred there.
Is that real? I don't. Is
Well,
this
exactly, is that real? But I'm saying like that's the
but
general.
I've never
like,
heard that
Have you
before.
not?
I've never heard that before.
What? It's like talking about the Isle of Man.
But you know
and,
what
like,
I can't get on board with is people who go on holiday to the Isle of Wight. Like
That's not a holiday.
imagine like your own home, but just cut off from everything else. That's not
No,
a
because
holiday.
it's a seaside.
So's Bournemouth.
Yeah, but it's
you
cheap
haven't
on the
you've
Isle
got
of
to
Wight.
leave the mainland though, have you? Go somewhere.
Yeah, but I think there's something about it.
I've never
Have
been
you
to the
been?
Isle of
Where
Wight.
should we
It's
go?
very sweet,
Where
you
should
should
we go on
go.
holiday? California or Shutter Island? Oh, let's go there. Great.
Yes, but obviously the Isle of Wight's going to be cheaper than California.
Well, obviously that's why people go there. Can't afford good places.
Yeah.
Sorry about it.
Apparently, big news here. Do you know the Haven Hotel?
Where is
No.
that?
Oh.
I have a really funny story after this, but you carry on.
Wait, hang on a second.
Where's the Haven Hotel?
Hashtag Posh Totty.
Yes. Are you aware of the Haven Hotel? 7
By
stars.
the chain ferry.
What?
You're not
Wait,
saying
hang on.
this.
But is this in Bournemouth? We're in Bournemouth.
Poole, we're in Poole.
We're not
Poole
in Poole.
Harbour.
Oh yes, all right.
The chain ferry.
What's that?
To go over to Studland,
A
which is how you
train
get
ferry.
to Swanage.
Yeah.
The
okay.
chain ferry. It's got chains.
It's a ferry that's, yeah.
It's on chains and it just goes back
Under
and
the
forth,
water.
back and forth, back and
What?
forth.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
On chains.
It's
Yeah.
near Sandbanks.
So no one drives it.
No, you do. You can
You
go
drive
on your
onto
car.
it, you park.
No, but does the chain ferry have a driver that drives it?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
There's
because
chains though. Why is there a
Well, no, but
driver?
you've got to
Because-
go one each direction, haven't
Because
you?
and this has happened before. Sailing boats like come in front of it and like go underneath and like sometimes they die, but sometimes they don't.
Well, don't drive into the chain ferry.
obviously, but I mean, like, it's human
But sometimes
error.
the
like,
wind,
yeah.
you know,
So what's your point about the Haven Hotel? What's that?
it's shutting. But I'm not sure why that was.
Anyway, no,
Oh wait, I do know why I was done it because I was saying like those people come down like here to go on holidays.
has one heard of the Haven Hotel? No.
No, I was
Okay,
like,
never mind.
The Haven Hotel is the original hotel in Poole, not in Bournemouth, in Poole.
Is it old?
It's really old, and it was the first. I don't know if this is 100% true. It was the first of its kind for something, and I think it was radio.
Right.
It was the first Bournemouth radio hotel
No, not
in
ra-
the
not for
world.
Bournemouth.
In Bournemouth.
in the UK.
Wait, but what's a radio hotel?
As in, like it didn't used to be a hotel. Like it used to be a radio like broadcast house.
I think we're losing them. Shit,
that-
quick.
That's going to sound very awful to them. How long have we been going for?
33 minutes.
Oh God, it seems longer.
How
So,
long do we have to go for?
well, we don't
At least
have
an
to
hour.
go for any amount. Don't act like you don't want to be here talking about your radio hotel.
Well, anyway, it would have been a better story if you'd known the hotel.
Right.
Louise, I'm sure if we knew the hotel, we'd be crying.
Yeah.
My
Buckets.
story was, and I can't remember the exact circumstances of this, but the story still remains. As I remember, I think it was Rachel overheard someone saying it at a bar, or Leah might have overheard it in like a shop somewhere. But it was a guy speaking to his friend, and he was basically saying like, "Yeah, I'm so excited for my holiday to Ibiza. Like, it's going to be amazing." Blah blah blah. I was going to invite Hayley, but like she don't like abroad, and he was like, "Oh right, yeah." He's like, "Yeah, she gets like UK withdrawal symptoms." He was like, "Oh yeah." Like, that's a thing. She don't like abroad.
Yeah, common people would find
She
that.
don't like abroad.
I don't like abroad.
I mean,
Nova has this concept
Yeah.
of music that common people listen to.
me.
You know,
I'm
And
pretty
what-
sure
what is
you.
it?
I'm pretty
Go
sure
on.
you founded
Taylor
this
Swift.
concept. No.
Oh.
no, just bear with me because you'll understand where I'm going with this.
Rough people
You
music.
it's called. There you go. Nova knows. It's called rough people music. So, Louise, being a posh totty.
Shut up. I really hate this label.
You are aware of rough people,
No.
which is generally everyone. If you
come
step
on.
outside your house, it's everyone else. What did you just mouth? You. Oh, Sabrina, we can't say it. We can't say it, but she thinks someone's rough. But I imagine you think most people are rough.
No.
Okay, I'm just joking.
I go
But
to uni
anyway,
in Manchester, like...
That's fucking...
I don't exactly go to, like, Durham or anything.
That's dog shit rough. But
It's
Nova
not
has this
rough,
concept.
But I'm saying it's, like, not posh.
So rough people music is sort of like Cascader.
You like Cascada?
Well, no, I don't though.
Yes, you do.
Every time we touch.
I don't like that song. That's
Glorious.
rough people. Glorious, I like. That's sounding like Eurovision. That's different.
I think
So,
rough
how about
people
this?
like edgy stuff.
No, how about like
No.
Pretty Green Eyes? You know, like the sort of thing you
Baby
hear it.
cakes, you just don't
Oh
know,
my god, that's such a good
Rough.
song. I love that.
Oh,
Yeah, I do as well, but
no,
that's
rough
besides the
people
point.
music.
What are you talking about now?
I'm
No,
talking
just like in
about
general.
if you go into like, let's say you go into like a Weatherspoons Friday night, and,
And
there's a
they've got, like,
Hen
they've
do.
hired a DJ.
Yes,
Oh,
and the
well,
DJ's playing
they'll
like,
play like
"Hey
cheesy
baby,
club.
ooh, ah."
No, well that's fun. No, I don't
No,
think that.
it's
I think
rough
it would be
people.
like it would be like cheesy, like dance music, that sort of thing.
The fact of the matter is, we don't like rough people.
Shut up.
Said Nova and Louise. You know, the first time Louise and I had a Christmas party, and I'll always remember this.
Was I really drunk?
Obviously got very, very excited because Come On Eileen came
Oh
on.
my god.
Oh my god, I cannot bear that
Well,
song.
now,
You-
interestingly, I don't really like
You
it.
were so into it. You were
Yeah.
going for it. You were punching the air,
Yeah.
and you were
Punch
like,
it.
"You." That's a different story altogether. And you were like, "Come on, we come and have a dance." And I was like,
I feel
will
like
not.
it was like me and another boy on the dance floor, and that was it.
I'm not going to come on Eileen. I'll come on Jamie."
Oh god. Oh
Sabrina!
god.
Oh no, he doesn't mind. He won't listen to this. Jamie, he won't listen. Who cares about him? Anyway, so that's a terrible song.
But obviously, if Avril comes on, then all is well.
I mean, I
You know
think
she's coming up with new music.
you know Avril's coming.
Shut
a new album is in the
up.
works.
There's a new album this year.
Shut up.
There's a new album.
Actually, shut up. Do you know what that means?
What?
She's going to tour.
Yeah, Japan and South Korea, and
Right.
she'll do one date in London because no one likes her here anymore.
That's fine. We're going to go to London.
We'll do it. We're going to go.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. This is a very magical story. Everyone can agree. We were having a wine date, Louise and I.
we
don't-
were pre-drinking, but it was
That was the night when you couldn't get into Yates and you were kicked out of Yates. Imagine being kicked out of Yates.
It was a low point.
It was pretty low.
Yeah.
And said Jamie he took down the license plate of the cab you got into.
Because I tried
How
to pay,
sweet.
I tried to pay for the cab with euros.
And I went outside and I was like, "Louise, you okay?" And she looked at me and she said nothing. She had big puppy dog eyes and she just kept blinking. She went, "Ooh, ooh."
I couldn't speak.
And then she tried to pay with euros. And I'm like, "Where the fuck do you think you are?
That was one of the last
You're not
times
in
I
the
drank vodka.
Dordogne anymore." Yes, but anyway. So before that, there was a pre-drinks, and Louise said, "You know, what sort of music are you into? You know, when you sort of have one of those sort of evenings where you really try and get to know each other, you bond." And I said, "Well, it's fairly embarrassing. I don't really like to talk about it, but, you know, I'm feeling into Avril Lavigne." And she said, "Oh my God, shut up. Oh my God, shut up. Shut up." And I said, "Oh, she's going to want to leave. How embarrassing." And then she said, "No, I love her as well." And I was like, "Oh my God, you're just being like a bit of a loser just to sort of, be friends." And then we found out that we had the same song, the exact same song as our alarm in the morning.
And we could name every single song in order
In
from her
order.
albums.
How disgusting. But to have the same song, which was 17, the Avril song 17,
Great song.
as
then-
your alarm, like how weirdly
That is
specific
really,
that?
really weird. And then we wore Black Star as the perfume out that night.
It's disgusting. It's so disgraceful. And you couldn't believe it. You were so shocked. You called your sister
right, yeah.
there and you said, "Can you just please confirm this because this is so weird."
Because honestly, like, Avril is my ultimate.
Like, who
ultimate
says that?
gal.
No one says that.
A lot of people say
She
that.
still is.
Ultimate number one gal.
The next album that comes out, I'm going to pre-order.
Not funny that she got Lyme disease. Not funny. Don't laugh at that. You know.
She nearly died. Our gal. We would have had to have gone to the funeral.
Gal.
And they said to me, "What's it all about, Avril? I can't get up and play the piano, Avril." Don't laugh at her, please. It's not funny.
It's your impression. But I
But-
do know the exact interview you're thinking of.
Yeah, I
It
know
was
the
quite
one.
funny.
I know the bloody one. Yes, so she is officially dreadful, but we love her.
Are you joking?
Oh, dreadful. Oh, no,
I think
she
she's
was.
so talented, but I think she's now a bit of a burk.
She has done an M. Night Shyamalan. She's had her career in reverse. She started out and she was exquisite, and it gets worse and worse as it goes on. Not to say that I don't like the
Her
new
recent
stuff.
Yeah,
I
was
liked a
gonna
lot
say.
of stuff in her last album, but she cocked up with the music videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's kind of a loser.
Let
Like she
It Go
doesn't.
was really bad.
She
That
was
was a
cool
bad
to begin
song.
with.
Yeah.
It was whiny.
Oh,
It was
I
bad.
liked that one.
Yeah, you like that one. I don't know why, because that's my
Whiny.
least favourite
Is that
one.
with Chad Kroeger?
Yeah.
I like
Oh,
that
God.
one.
No,
That's
I
a great
and
song.
it was the product placement in the music
That
video.
was awful. But
Yeah.
all of her videos have that because again, she's kind of a knob.
I thought the music video for 17 was alright.
There wasn't one.
I think
Oh, rock and roll. That was
credit
it.
That
to
was a
her.
great one.
Credit
Yeah.
to her. Rock and roll. That was one of the best pop music videos of all time. Of
And
all
it got-
time.
And it got no coverage
Nah, I think
anywhere.
the
just-
Lady Gaga ones was the best.
No. As far as like a pop music, pop video, I think it
That
was just
was great.
sheer genius.
It was the first kiss for both of
Yeah,
us.
I will-
Oh, do you remember that?
Oh.
So good.
Credit where credit is due. Absolutely. I thought that was fantastic. Inspired.
We never talked about it much after that, but I think about it time and again, and I know Wendy does too. It might not have been Wendy, I can't remember, but it was a great video. It was like a shark or something, and she
Yeah.
beat it up with a guitar.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great. It was a great song. I love that song.
But then Hello Kitty was so bad.
Oh.
And I really liked that song.
I didn't hate that song,
I
but
really
the
liked
video
the
was
song.
dreadful.
Really bad. I don't care if the director was Japanese. I don't care. It's
No,
still
but
bad.
that's not to say that it was good. That's just that the argument against it was people thought it was racist.
No, I know.
Did they?
Oh, a lot of people thought it was, you know,
I haven't seen
like
music
cultural
video for that.
appropriation type. It was she was like surrounded by Japanese girls. She was very kind of like this. I say this, I'm putting like 2 fingers up to my face. You know, when Japanese girls
Peace
do
sign.
that. Yeah, the peace sign, basically. So people thought it was ridiculous and racist, but obviously there was a lot of Japanese people involved, but that wasn't the issue, it was just a shit
It was
video.
just shit. It was
It was
just
so
shit.
and she like throws a cupcake at the screen.
It was so transparent as well. I don't think it was racist, but it was really naff. And the theming was just Tokyo.
Yeah, it was
That
poo.
was
Yeah.
just their brainstorm.
But it wasn't even in Tokyo. God, it was just some sort of sad suburb.
Yeah.
The girlfriend video was good though.
Oh, that was good. That was great. Do you remember that?
That was like her at her height.
Do you remember when we played that in that place that we worked? And
Where and what happened?
we had to run over because it was about to swear.
Oh, so basically, sometimes we will play Avril in a public space and forget that there's occasionally a swear. I did this with
swear.
"Wish You Were Here."
No, it was with girlfriend.
Yeah, but I did it on my own. With "Wish You Were
Oh.
Here," and I was sort of standing around just enjoying the music, and then all of a sudden, and there's children everywhere. And the girl gives a shat. Oh, and it's the way she says shit. It's like shat with an E, and everyone's just like, oh no, you can't
It was just
say
like,
that.
when it happened with me and it was girlfriend, and we both we clocked it was going to happen at the same time.
We were like, and
we looked at each other.
she's a motherfucking princess. She's gonna say motherfucking princess. Run into her, mother. I'm the mother. Oh, we turned it off. It's
And
fine.
Olympia ran so fast. I've never seen her run so fast in my
God.
life.
Because she is the motherfucking princess. She was gonna say it, and it was I don't download
And
the
also, I
safe
think it was
version.
really loud, and we were just having too much fun. Oh,
That's pretty bad.
so funny.
Although the playlist of where we worked that time,
Oh.
there were some shockers on there anyway.
Do you know what it was? It was the Christmas one where it was like, shake up the happiness. Come on, y'all, it's
That's
Christmas
still
time.
on
Oh,
there, by the way.
God.
That is the worst song.
Also, it's sung.
Festival.
It's on the playlist. It's sung by several different people, so you
Yeah,
hear
they
it
have, like,
several
3
times.
versions.
Yeah, it's bad.
What even is it?
The other one is, what are you doing this New Year's Eve?
are you doing?
they still play that?
Oh, it's bad. It's so miserable. She's
That's
like
horrific.
on her own in her house, like, oh, I need someone to hang out with on New Year's.
That's actually horrific.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh.
These just made up songs.
No, they're
like
real songs.
royalty-free songs.
No, they're real songs, but they're sort of like Argos songs.
Never heard. Argos.
You know, like on the Argos advert, you only hear a song and you think that's not a song on its own right. Like you know that from a Boots commercial. Like
royalty-free music.
no, not royalty free. Like here come the girls.
That's a song.
Yes, but you know it from the Boots advert.
No.
I bloody know. You think
Sugar
of the Boots.
Babes.
Sugar Babes, though, it is.
Oh,
Sugar
but
Babes
you think
girls.
of it as like 2 for 1 at Boots, don't you?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, now, but
Well, that's
like,
what I mean.
I
That's
knew
what
it
I
as a
mean.
song
That's what I bloody
anyway.
mean. So, I think Nova's sort of decided this is the end of the podcast because she's starting to get snappy. She gets very snappy
Ow!
when she's denied alcohol.
I mean,
I'm just-
I have finished my drink.
Where are we? When would you finish the podcast? At
An
what?
hour.
All right. Well, we're at an hour. We're not really. We've got a bit left.
How long are we at?
We've got 15 minutes.
I think we've got quite a lot of good content.
Yeah, I know, but now it just sounds like we're trying to drag it on just for the sake of it.
Yeah, no, I think we should end.
We could end. I think Louise is desperate for a shit, so we should probably end it. Okay, but was there any, just quickly though, were there any last sort of things we wanted to talk about? Because just briefly on the university thing, I wanted to talk about, and we never got there.
Yeah, go on.
My university experience was, overall, when I think back, it's negative.
Do you really think that?
I find it negative.
Overall?
The only thing that makes me feel happy, like genuinely happy, is that I got Megan out of it.
That's nice, but that's really sad.
But overall, no, not that the whole thing was terrible.
No, but like your general feeling towards
My
it as a whole.
overall feeling is it's negative because the actual uni studying side of it, I feel like I didn't do it well enough. I feel like it wasn't very fair the way it was sort of marked and stuff.
Yeah.
And I lost all kind of hope in that aspect. I didn't like anyone on my course necessarily. But I treated people badly as well. My uni friend situation, a lot of arguments, and obviously it was the best experience of my life because you become such a more rounded person.
Yeah.
But overall, thinking about it, it just sort of is a bit tense for me. There were some great moments, obviously, best years of your life.
Yeah.
But do you feel there's a lot of awkwardness there?
Honestly,
You're living it now, so
it's like,
I don't want to shit on your life currently.
No, I was gonna say, like, it has been like the best time of my life.
Yeah, it has been.
Uni, but I think that's a lot down to where I am, like, at Manchester, and like I have the best friends there, and like my course, my course is really good there. Like, it's challenging, and there's also a lot of it. And
but do
also
you
the
feel
nature
that
of music.
you study as much as you feel you should do? Do you ever sort of feel like you a bit of guilt for not putting
I'm
in your
in
all?
third year now,
Yes.
and I would actually say that I do work at probably like as much as I should. Like, maybe I could. You can always work harder, can't you?
Of course, yeah.
But like, I think I am.
You're happy with it. You're good
I'm
with
happy
it.
with it.
Yeah.
First year I didn't do anything because
What grade are you going to get, do you think? I mean...
It very much depends on how I do in this essay, which is due in on Monday.
It's due in on Monday, or you have to write it on Monday?
No, it's due on Monday.
So how do you send it? You email it?
Yeah, it's sold online on this place called Turn It In, which I originally thought was
Turn It In.
Toronton. That's not a word I like.
Toronto.
I thought it was Toronton because I never said it out loud.
Did you once say to people when you were like, oh my god, I have to
Basically,
say,
yeah.
how did you put it on Toronto?
It was in a tutorial.
Do you mean turn it in? Oh,
It was
shit.
a tutorial, and I literally had done all the assignments like the
Was
day
there like a big
before.
moment where you're like,
So yeah, and he was like, okay, so and I think I said like, okay, so how do we upload like a musical example to Toronton? And it was like there were like 8 of us in the room, and everyone was like,
You're a cunt.
what the fuck? And then my tutor, who's like 80, was like, I think you mean Turn It In. And I was like, oh, right.
You're like, I only glanced at it quickly.
It's
It looked like Toronton to me.
To this day, I still call it Toronton.
You should
not
probably
a
call
word.
it Turn It In.
that's
but
so
have you written your
stupid.
essay, though?
So it's 5,000 words,
Yeah.
and I've written like 4,000 words of like not very good stuff. I've still got an.
Oh, so you're in that
stuff.
moment where you feel calm because you know you can actually hand something in.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're a bit guilty that you've not
Because
actually
it's
done it to
nothing of
your
substance.
That's exactly it.
fullest extent.
But I think
yes.
tomorrow, like, I've got 24 hours.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be great.
It'll be
You'll be
fine.
great. Do you like your lecturers?
No.
No, I didn't like mine.
This is the
either.
thing. Okay, so
But why is
uni,
that?
This is why I think uni's so good, and I think this is going to be really deep. Well, it's not going to be deep, but I think it's so full of like ups and downs, and I
Yes.
think that's what's important about it. To like when you're having like an up time, you're having so much fun, and like you're enjoying what you're learning, or like you have a funny thing happen to you, which is always because you're tragic, your life, and it's just so funny. I think when you have those moments, and then when you do have like the lower times, you just realise you realise that's what life's all about.
You're more aware of things. You become way more aware of of just like day-to-day shit, how to handle shit, how
I
to
just
handle
think, like,
people.
so many day-to-day things at uni are just so ridiculous that all you can do is laugh. And I think you should really translate that into everyday life.
You know what I really think about a lot about my uni experience is that I take this to be such a great thing, is that I know I can say with authority that if I was in a room with me just before I went to uni, I would think that person was an absolute prick.
Really?
I would be like, you are ridiculous. You have no idea. You're an absolute embarrassment. So from like the before and after, I think the shit you learn, the shit you kind of, you come out the other side.
Yeah, you do.
Just like a real person. When you go in, you're an absolute asshole. It's like a machine to iron you out. So from that, I kind of think it's such a great experience, even if in the end, what I studied was a joke. The whole thing was a joke.
People always speak about uni like some kind of profound life experience. But then do you think it's weird that I never went?
No.
That's why you're such a bastard.
Right.
Just joking is all.
The thing is that it's a certain type of life experience, and you can get that from so many other aspects of life.
Which
like,
you may not have needed.
Sense.
You may not have needed
I really think that. So, for example, like everyone that goes on like gap years and stuff, they say like, "Oh, it changed me," whatever. But
they're all assholes, though.
Well, you can have like that kind of experience in some other part of life, and it can be exactly the same thing, but just in a different way.
That makes sense.
But like maybe I just went with it like so blindly. Like I have to go to uni. Everyone goes to uni.
I always say not
You
going
didn't
to
need
uni was like one of the smartest things.
Yeah,
I've
so
ever
it was
did.
the opposite for you. It was the opposite thing, and it still worked out fine.
To this day, I'm so proud that I made the decision not to go.
Yeah,
Because it would have
totally
been such
agree.
a colossal waste of time. Now, where I am now doing hairdressing,
It's fine.
There's nothing I could have possibly done
But
in
that's
uni that
it.
would
Some
have helped me
people
with
just
that.
Absolutely
don't
not.
go for it. You do, you don't. You know, you're damned if
There
you
was
do,
such
you're
an
damned if you
unbelievable
don't.
amount of pressure to go to uni. Like that's all
Yeah.
anyone. That's just what everyone did. That's what everyone did. I remember having to bullshit to all of my teachers, pretending I had some kind of plan because they were all like, I think some of them were genuinely concerned that I was like dropping their subject or I was leaving, not doing anything, or they really wanted to know what I was doing.
Did you not look into
And I
going
was
to like
just
an art?
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
Were you
It's
not going to go
fine.
to the arts college?
Well, very briefly, I was thinking about going to uni. So I was like, well, I don't know what to do. So I'm good at art. I'll do something artsy. And all the art degrees really require you to have a foundation diploma before you apply. So that's like a 1-year course where you just try about
so
everything.
boring.
And then you focus on one that you specialize in, and that's your degree. So I did actually go to an open evening. I applied for a foundation diploma. I handed in my application form. They invited me for an interview. I just never went.
You didn't
By
want to do it.
that time, I was like, you
if
know
you
what, I
weren't
actually
into
can't do
it,
this.
if you weren't into it, you weren't into it.
Yeah.
I do think that uni very much focuses around where you are and what course you do, and if you're not passionate about your course, it's already
just
going to be
wasn't.
very
But
difficult.
yeah,
I
I
really
feel
wasn't.
like I was, before I even started, I was so into what I was doing at the time, which now I find really weird that I'm just not into that at all now, because if
Yeah.
I spoke to my 16-year-old who was so passionate about it, that's weird. But I think it's more the place,
Really?
like where you're doing it. Because there was something about, I went to see Westminster, and that was like, oh yeah, I can go to Westminster and I'll do this and I'll do that. I went to Southampton, and I went to Bournemouth, and I walked through the campus, and I just felt like I was at home. There was something weirdly,
Really?
just the geography of Bournemouth, and I just walked in and I thought, I haven't even seen the, like the facilities and shit. I just thought that's where I have to be for some weird reason. I think it's more the place. But you love where you are. You go on it all the time, which you should do because it's so good.
Yeah. I think that's the main reason why I've enjoyed uni so much. And I have friends that have been to other unis like Durham and
I don't hear good things about Durham.
neither do I.
I
Like,
think Rachel's uni in Sussex is really nice.
But that's
really
Brighton.
nice.
Like Brighton's nice.
I think a lot of
Yeah.
uni is luck. Like, I really do. I think it's like who you're with.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of it is
I can
luck.
see that.
Yeah,
Place.
because some people go
Well, you
through
make it, what you
clearing
make of it.
and then they just end up some fucking place they didn't want in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I always thought Manchester, that's where Louise is, by the way, but don't stalk her and chuck her down because that's bloody weird. She's got enough men doing that as it is.
Sabrina.
Sabrina. But I was in my head. Manchester's like Coronation Street, but I went the other day and
No,
it's
it's
so
not.
it's like a small London.
Oh, it's a better London. Do you
That's
know
how I
what? You
imagine
heard of
it,
it?
yeah.
London is dying.
Oh, all right.
That's
well,
the statement.
Yeah, it is.
is planet Earth dying?
But like, I don't know.
I've always imagined Manchester as a smaller, more interesting London.
It's got so much culture there, but like not the kind of culture that you think of like It does have art galleries, but not that kind of thing.
I took away the architecture,
It's beautiful, isn't
which
it?
sounds so fucking lame.
No,
What a
it's
stupid thing.
absolutely stunning.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's nicer. It's a nicer place to walk through in London. It's cleaner.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
tidier. It is cleaner
the
than
centre
London.
of-
Of course it is. It's
centre
just
of
more
it.
impressive.
Yeah, it's got a lot going on, and it's a lot of forward-thinking people in it. I think that's the
And it
main
feels
thing.
more like up and coming. London seems so stale.
That's exactly why I'm
100%.
saying it's dying, because it's not going anywhere at the moment. I'm sure. I think London's in a rut. I really do. And
Oh,
I think it will.
Definitely agree.
It will come
I've
out.
had so many
the other
words.
end. Yeah.
You know, and it won't listen to me.
It will come out the other end, like 100%. London will come back to be the best city in the UK. But right now, the north is where it's at. What are you
Because you're like, I'm sure London will pull through this week on the X Factor and they'll get the votes and we'll see London in the final. But I think
North-
Manchester's going to
The
win.
North, Manchester, Leeds, Birmingham's not looking.
Leeds?
Leeds.
Well,
Like,
Mel B's not there anymore, so
the
that's got nothing to
the
do.
nightlife in Leeds is where it's
I
happening.
feel like at
Hull?
the moment in the current
It
like
is.
the
Where's
current
Hull?
what's the words? Just like how
City
everything
culture.
is at the moment in life. I feel like the further north you go, just the better things are.
I 100% agree.
Until you get to
Okay.
Scotland.
No,
I'm
I
just
think
kidding.
Scotland's
the
great. I think
pinnacle.
Scotland is great.
Until you get to Iceland and you find Björk.
I would love to go to Scotland if only it wasn't so fucking cold.
And it's quite far away.
But I would love to go to Scotland for like a weekend or something.
I like
You
that.
my
Scotland
parents
is so
going on a
cool.
tour of London in
A tour of
Scotland.
London.
Scotland in May.
The whole
That'd be
country.
cool.
No, well, not the whole. They're going
Scotland
to
looks beautiful as well.
Yeah,
All
they
the
can like drive
islands,
around
it. Just
it.
looks incredible.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
My cousin once told me, she's American, that she went on a bus and in Scotland and there was a bus driver, obviously it was a bus, and he was so Scottish but could not understand a single word. It was like,
I think the Scottish
bus is-
accent is fit.
You are disgraceful.
Scotland.
Oh, that's gross.
No, it doesn't do anything
No.
for me.
I'd like an Irish man to sort of beat me up.
Do you know, I used to think that Irish was really... Do you watch Peaky Blinders?
Oh, that was so boring.
We
Shut
tried.
Oh my god, I
up.
thought it was so good. But Cillian Murphy, how
he's-
fit. Oh.
Well,
Cillian Murphy's disgusting.
No, but his
I-
character, Tommy Shelby.
I don't
I like the Welsh accent.
does anyone
I like
actually
that
find
popular
Cillian
opinion.
Murphy attractive?
He's not attractive in
He
interviews,
looks like a herb.
Gross.
but he's very attractive.
He looks like a
I
herb.
rate
Yeah,
him with
Blinders.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, he's gross.
Oh, yeah, no,
the
he's
same,
not fit.
the same kind of level.
Oh my
No,
god, and
Cillian
David
Murphy, like-
Tennant. Oh,
Oh no, grim. Cillian Murphy outside of Peaky Blinders, I completely agree. Don't think the Irish
He's
accent's
too
fit. Don't think
shiny.
he's- No, but in Peaky Blinders, he's fucking stunning.
Fucking. No, he's gross, Louise. You're so gross. Who's your pet? Who, if you could sleep with any one celebrity, who would it be? And you can't pick Cilla Black because she's dead.
Right now,
Yeah.
I honestly, so from what I've been watching over the last month, I honestly think it would be him in Peaky Blinders, but Tommy Shelby.
You're gross.
Like, not Killian, Tommy Shelby, with the Birmingham accent, with the peaky cap.
Is it Birmingham?
Yeah, he's from Birmingham.
Is that why it's called Peaky Blinders? 'Cause
No, Peaky Blinders is the name of the gang. Like,
but they have peaky hats.
yeah. Which
that-
have razors in them and they can kill people with it.
It's got such good reviews, but I just
So
could not get
good.
into it.
It's
could
so
not get
good.
into
I
it.
don't like Irish people.
But they're not Irish, they're from Birmingham.
I don't like Birmingham people either. I can't
You
listen
mean
to
Bronny?
that. I can't listen to that.
Birmingham.
No, I can't listen to that. It's
Remember
so
when we played the
awful.
accent game?
Yes, I love the accent game. Nova can't play it.
Yeah.
Our neighbours complain.
But we
About
played
the
it. We were
noise.
so good.
I can't.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if I can
Fuck.
differentiate Birmingham from Liverpool though. What's the difference? Okay, so Louise has got to go.
Liverpool
so-
was Abby Clancy,
Liverpool.
wasn't
No.
it?
Shachen.
Pass.
That was her accent, wasn't it?
Shachen.
We got some girls in.
Liverpool.
There's Pass
Yes.
Wednesday. Yeah, so what's the guy's name?
My northern
Paul
accent
O'Grady.
is a thing to behold.
Wait, say it.
We'll do it together.
Go home, Gail.
Do you want to go and get a cup of tea later? Honestly.
No, I don't,
I
actually.
love doing...
Do you know, I'm over this, actually. I can't get
Oh
over
my
it.
God.
I think you are an
Do
absolute
you know
really
what?
good.
If I could
You
do, if
can't.
I could do any other accent for the rest
How
of my
fucking
life,
dare
it would
you
100%
ask
be
me
Manchester.
to go and get a cup
Shut
of
up.
tea?
Sophie,
How could you?
Sophie, who do you think you are?
Sarah Louise,
Honestly.
you gaping hole.
Right, I
Do
think
you want to go feed your baby?
I
dirt.
think
Go on, feed her upstairs.
Baby.
'Cause no
This
one
is
gives
all
a shit about who you
disintegrating.
are.
Baby's dead.
No one gives a shit.
Baby's dead.
Fuck yeah.
Both babies dead.
Well, do you know what?
Baby's dead.
You can fucking go. You can
All
go
three babies
Go
dead.
on.
Drowned
Go
them
back to Salford.
Drowned them in lake. Drowned them. All 4 babies
You
dead
drowned
in
in
lake.
lake?
Dead in
Oh my
lake.
fucking god! Someone call the police.
Threw them in lake
Someone
and drowned
call the
them.
police.
You are
What
disgusting.
the fuck is
How
happening
can
right
you
now?
kill my 5 babies
Do you know
in
what?
lake? Do you know what, love? Do you know what?
Go and make me a cup of tea.
All right. All right, Doc.
Alright. Good night.
Why did people in Coronation Street call each other cock?
I don't know.
All right, cock.
I don't know.
Anyway, this has gone so
Oh
south.
my god, that was a lot.
Wow.
But look at the time. It's almost an hour on the dot. And I think this has been one of our most spectacular, I think it could be beefs to date.
Well, I'm glad you think that.
Well,
Oh.
I'd like to extend a special thank you to our guest Louise Bracken
Thank
this
you so
evening.
much for having
Yes,
me.
thanks.
It's been
Louise.
lovely. Thanks for all of your input. I think this has been great. So please subscribe to our channel, join the Novympia cult, and become an asshole.
It's not a thing.
And find all of our social media in the description below.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. How do you turn it
I
off?
can't unlock it. That was such
Yeah.
quality content, by the way.
Really?